Divine greeting, masters. Very good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. This is Madhu Soni, welcoming you to Light and Soul Meditation English Group Masters. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your precious time, space, and energy with each other. It's wonderful to have you all here, masters, old and new members. All are welcome. Thank you for being here. So, masters, as you all know, we are going to do the Swadhyaya of Only Love is Real. But before that, let us just join our hands and give our respects and gratitude to all the masters. So, with that, let us join our hands with great respects, regards, and gratitude to all the divine beings, ascended masters, Param Guru Mandali masters, Saptarishi Mandal masters, the Siddhas, the teachers, healers, mentors, and the masters from the angelic realm, spiritual world, who are our spiritual guides, guardian angels, spirit animals, masters from the elemental kingdom, crystal kingdom, animal kingdom, plant kingdom, and the masters from the human kingdom. We also give our great respects and regards to our great grandmaster Pitama Brahmrishi Patriji, Mahavatar Babaji, all the ascended masters, all the Saptarishi Mandal masters, and to all our loved ones and ancestors, archangels and angels. We are really grateful to all the masters from the pyramid world, crystal world. We request each and every master and we pray to them to help us align with the true path and also help us align with the soul journeys and the soul planning, purposes, and the highest timeline that we have set for our incarnations or the soul journeys. We also ask and pray to help us connect with their consciousness, with the Master's consciousness. Please share your divine knowledge and wisdom with all of us. May we always walk on the path of truth, honesty, love, peace, and kindness. Thank you so much, Masters. Please do connect us with your consciousness so that we may also get the same wisdom and knowledge that you got. And may we progress ahead in a better way. Thank you so much. So, Masters, as you all know, we are going to do the Swadhyaya of Only Love is Real. For people who don't know uh, the book that we are doing, I'll show you in the meantime. Um, sorry, yeah. This is the book that is, sorry, oh, it was right. Yeah, this is the book that we were doing, Only Love is Real, by Dr. Brian Weiss. And in this chapter, we are going to do chapter 20 today. And the message that is there by Plato Master is, O youth or young man who fancy that are neglected by the gods, know that if you become worse, you shall go to the worse souls. Basically, O youth or young man who fancy that you are neglected by the gods, know that if you become worse, you shall go to the worse souls, or if better, to the better, and in every succession of life and death, you will do and suffer what like may fitly suffer at the hands of like. This is the justice of heaven. Basically, meaning that, we are now in a new body as a young man, young woman, or a young person, whoever it is. And we always think that we are neglected by the gods. But we need to understand that we are never neglected by the gods. We are only getting what we have done in our past lives, the karmas, and whatever we have done to anybody will be given to us. If we have done better to anyone, better will be given to us. So, in every incarnation, in every succession of life and death, whenever a death occurs, there is a new life that continues ahead with that particular soul. And you succeed in life, but you will suffer. It can be good or bad. The suffering can be good or bad, right? So you will do and suffer what like may fitly suffer at the hands of like. So if you have given suffering to someone, that particular person will come into your life and give you that suffering. Basically, what like may fitly suffer at the hands of the like. That is what it means. And this is the justice of heaven. So we are never neglected by heavens. It is just about us that whatever we are facing, any challenges, it is always because of what we have done. Okay. So this is the message today, Master. So today we will be doing this chapter 20. And in this chapter, Masters, Here, Dr. Brian Weiss is actually talking about very similar to this, that many a times, we lived so many lives and we have taken so many births, incarnations, and in every incarnation, there is something that either we have learned, like we have experienced, and then we have learned the lesson. And also, there are certain challenges. But those challenges that we have given to someone, or we got from somebody, that actually succeeds in the next incarnation, and we have to balance that. So there are things that happen. Certain things that happen are very similar to other people, and every other story of every other person in our lives who are near to us, the stories can be little similar. Very, like, basically, we can say there are a lot of similarities. So here, basically, Dr. Brian Weiss is saying sometimes life's most significant events are upon you before you are aware of them. So basically telling that, sometimes in life we have certain different situations, and basically they are deemed as significant events. They're silently approaching to us. We don't know what is ahead of us. Like a jungle cat, he is giving this metaphor of a jungle cat, that if a jungle cat is behind you and is going to pounce on you, he or she, basically what is happening, they are approaching to you very silently, and you really don't know what is going to happen next. They are behind you, you don't even recognize that feeling, that something is coming up to you. And this is called, basically, um, it's such a big thing. And have you ever noticed this magnitude, something like this? Have you ever noticed that some strange event is going to come into your life and you have an inkling to that intuition? So the camouflage, how it is covered, that situation is covered, is very psychological. Basically, you want to deny the fact, maybe they were right in front of you. You are like a disguise, and you might be, distracted, fatigued, lazy, and maybe you had been very practical, but maybe you don't want to even address to that situation. You don't want to, because you just don't want to give it importance. And you know that something is coming up, but you want to live in your worldly life, right? So this is what he is saying. And then he is also telling about himself, that over the past 15 years, he had treated many couples, many families, and he had discovered with them their past lives, and he had regressed many people. Uh, Basically, he also found that he uh, interacting in the same prior lifetime. So maybe he also have incarnated in the previous lifetime with them, and also he had lived that life where he knew these people. And the revelation had been very shocking for the many couples who have basically have not experienced anything like this before. So they were silent while the scenes were going. So he's saying that in his office there had been many cases where he had to do certain past life regression therapy given to patients. He had kept every patient different, because they might get distracted when the other person is also there, and when the other person is speaking and they are also speaking, both of them can distracted. But there are people who are going into their past life very silently, and so there are scenes unfolding from their past lives in this psychiatric office. And often these patients, they emerge very relaxed in the hypnotic state, and then they discover the same scenes, basically same feelings, same emotions. It's only that they have now become aware of the past connections, and he is also becoming aware of these connections, that what is happening. So he's telling about the story of Elizabeth and Pedro, and thinking backward, basically. Most of the time what happens is, people, they come into people's life, the patients who are there with Dr. Weiss. He's saying that many people have prior, basically something coming up to them, right? Like there is something new coming up for them, and they recognize those people. But with Elizabeth and Pedro, they did not had any inkling. There was no they never met each other. They didn't knew both of them, they don't know about each other. But Dr. Brian Weiss had known about Elizabeth and Pedro, and how their life was unfolding, the past lives, basically. In Elizabeth's life, he had a father in the ancient Roman time period, Palestine time period. And Pedro has also gone into a similar kind of ancient lifetime where Pedro was being taken by the soldiers, and he was, he was being taken away by the soldiers. And here, uh, again, he died. But after some time, he had to die, and he died. But in with Elizabeth's story, Elizabeth had seen that his father had been bounded to the horses first, and then he was again taken away by the all those bondages, and then the soldiers actually took Elizabeth's father, and they were making fun of him by tying his father's feet uh, from the ankles and tying themselves with Elizabeth's father in the ancient lifetime, and running uh, on the roads. And that is how he got hurt, wounded, blood was coming out, and that is how he died later on in Elizabeth's lap. And Elizabeth was the daughter of that man. And who was that man? We at that time, we also, as readers or listeners, we didn't knew. But later on, when Pedro's life we were reading, we understood that it was Pedro who said that he died in his daughter's lap. And he also understood that he is never going to leave his daughter. And then the other thing was that somehow there was a name called Eli. So now what happened was that Dr. Weiss thinks that there was some inkling to this name Eli. Who was this person who had this name Eli? So he actually starts thinking, and then just imagine, um, as a practitioner and as a psychiatrist, as a regression therapist, he also could not connect the dots that it was Elizabeth and Pedro's story unfolding right in front of her, right in front of him. And somehow he knew that there is something. And then finally, one day he had realized that it was Eli. Eli was the father of that girl from the Palestinian time. And now later on, when I go and read the story, it was that Pedro is actually going into um, past life regression, and there he says that I am being known as Eli, and sometimes people used to call him Elihu or Elahu, something like that. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly. It is Elihu. So Elihu or Elihu, something like that. Just like Allahu, as people do call. So I'm not sure if that is what I'm pronouncing it correctly. So Elihu was being called as Eli. And so then uh, Dr. Weiss remembers that it was Elizabeth's father in that lifetime who was called Eli. And then it struck to him that both Pedro and Elizabeth had traveled through many lifetimes together, but right now, at this time also, they both don't know about each other. And in this, Dr. Brian Weiss is thinking, should I tell Pedro and Elizabeth or not? Because if I tell them, it would be a malpractice, that I would be telling them, which is not okay, because I'll be opening up their stories. Maybe they don't like it or something, but it would be, as a doctor, we should not share the patient details with anyone else. And that would be a malpractice. So that is what he's thinking. Should I share or not? Because if I share, basically, it would be interfering with their free will and interfering with their plan, right? So he really wants to, it is making him as if it's pushing him to say, because now he know, because Elizabeth haven't met Pedro, Pedro hasn't met Elizabeth, because whenever they used to come, they would take different times, okay, to meet Dr. Brian Weiss. So they have never met each other. But Dr. Weiss now knows that it is Pedro and Elizabeth who are, they have been lovers, they have been husband and wife, and they have been childhood lovers as well, and father daughter as well. And in this lifetime, they have separate identity. He is Pedro and she is Elizabeth. And in one lifetime, Dr. Weiss shares that in one lifetime, Pedro is actually being taken by the soldiers, right? And in that lifetime, he hasn't died. Basically, he was kept for some time, and he thought that, he had sent his lover to on the boat journey, because after some time they did not return. So he thought everyone was burned. There was a lot of massacre happening. So he thought, like Pedro in the past lifetime, he thought that this uh, young, like his lover, had not returned because she also died. But actually what had happened was that Elizabeth, that young lover was Elizabeth, and Elizabeth had been taken by someone from that opposite party, or the tribal, where that this massacre happened, and who were doing all those things. So they have kidnapped Elizabeth and kept them as his wife, or as the kept, right? So what had happened, that she did not return, and Pedro thought, in the past lifetime, Pedro thought that his lover has also died, and after that he also died. But here, this lady who was kept in that camp basically had lived this whole lifetime, and he she completed, and she became old in that place. She had this feeling of that she cannot love anyone, and she cannot give love to anyone. She became stone and very stoic, did not want to share her feelings, because she was very angry that her whole family had been massacred, and she had seen a lot of things. Her baby also had been taken, and that is what the reason was, that she was kept for the people who were basically the head of that camp had taken Elizabeth as her, to be kept for himself. But later on, when she got old, she was left, and there later on she died. After that, she went to a some camp where, hospital kind of thing, and she was treated, and her body was totally in a very destructive phase, where her body was dying as well. Lot of wounds were happening. Anyhow, so that was the story. But here, that time also, Pedro didn't knew that his lover was alive. If he knew that she was alive, he would have searched, but he thought that she also died. Anyhow, so that is the story where Pedro and um, Elizabeth's story had come, and Dr. Brian Weiss is saying that, there are so many things that are happening, unfolding right in front of me, but I can't share. I don't need to be a cosmic matchmaker, and definitely I'm distracted, fatigued, or, in denial. But there are coincidences, and these things are always happening. And he's also saying that as if this was all planned. Okay, so the story of Eli and uh, Elizabeth, basically. Elizabeth, Eli was his father. So basically Pedro. So thinking about all of this thing, and it is actually basically behaving like a puzzle. And the piece now suddenly had arrived, but e- everything had arrived in Dr. Brian's Weiss' mind, and he cannot tell to uh, Pedro or Elizabeth. Now he's also telling about. So it's very short. I'm saying this in all very short way, masters. And so he says that never before had I encountered soulmates who had not yet met in the present time. In this case, soulmates who had traveled nearly 2000 years to be together again. They had come all this way. They were within inches and minutes of each other, but they had not yet connected. So, just telling about all those things, and also. Then he says that I remembered Elizabeth's Western China, the time-worn sweeping plains where her people were massacred, and where she and a few other young women were captured. On these same plains, which Pedro pinpointed as Mongolia, he had returned to find his family, his family destroyed. Uh, Pedro and I had assumed that his young wife had been killed amid the chaos, destruction, and despair described in his recall. She had not. She had been captured and taken away for the rest of her lifetime, never to be held again in the strong arms of her Mongol husband. So both of them didn't knew, and now those arms had returned through the hazardous mists of time to hold her again. to hug her sweetly to his chest, but they did not. Only I knew. Father and daughter, childhood lovers, husband and wife. So these were some of the things. And then he's also talking about laws of psychiatry. There are certain laws and if not the more subtle rules of the karma, complicated rules. But the strictest of the law is that of privacy or confidentiality. If psychiatry were a religion, breaching a patient's confidentiality would be one of its cardinal sins. So at least the breach could constitute malpractice. That's what he's saying. So I'm just reading out a few sentences here and there because I've already told you the story. Now, again, he has written many lives, many masters, you know. So before that, he says that I also had to examine my own subconscious motives. Was my need to see my patients become happier and healthier, to find peace and love in their lives, affecting my judgment now? Or were my own needs urging me to cross the boundary of psychiatric ethics? So whenever you are actually working with someone, there are certain psychiatric rules or certain, psychic rules which we all have to follow, ethical rules, laws. And because the spiritual world masters, everyone is looking at it, and we should not interfere with anybody's soul planning, right? We can just help them how to get out of it, but we can't go and do things for them because they have to do it by their own self. So whether or not to write Many Lives, Many Masters was a similar and very difficult decision. Writing his first book actually has endangered his entire professional career. After 4 years of hesitation, he decided to write it. So once again, he chose to take that risk and he would intervene. I would try to, like he says, that I would try to nudge destiny along. So as a concession to my training and to my fears, I would do it as carefully and subtly as possible. So he says that the scenes and details of specific historical epochs remembered by Elizabeth Pedro and many of my patients were very similar to each other. And these images are not necessarily like the ones we learned in Sunday school from history books or from television. So he's also saying that there was a similar story to this, as he has written so many stories. So he says that there are similar situations, basically, from the actual memory. There is a story about Carolina Gomez. So the former Miss Columbia and first runner-up in 1994 Miss Universe pageant, remembered in one regression being a naked man pulled to his death by Roman horses. This death is similar to one remembered by Pedro. A few other patients have also remembered horse-drawn deaths, not only in Roman times, but unfortunately in many other cultures as well. So again, he says about a patient of his who was from Colorado, and she was also being stolen from the Native American tribe, and she could not see her family again. She eventually escaped, just like Elizabeth, but it was Elizabeth not escaped, but Elizabeth was very, like, later in life when she got old, she was given freedom. But here, this lady, the patient from Colorado, she escaped, but she died, and finally she was in a mental ward in the Old West. So very similar to Elizabeth's experience, he says. And so he says the theme of separation and loss is a common one in past life regressions. So telling about how the stories are unfolding, and in every story there is this, in past life regression there is a story of trauma, pain, hurt, separation, loss. And when you go into past life regressions, you heal your traumas and you heal yourself, and you also heal the pain, the symptoms, and then you remember the serene, peaceful times which have not left the scars. In some lifetimes, we are very happy, but in some lifetimes, the trauma, pain that um, we had, they still continue in this present lifetime. So he says that I occasionally work with two or more people at the same time. When I do this, I do not have either of them speak because they might disturb each other. Recently, he had regressed a couple simultaneously, and their silent regression has taken up the entire session. And he did not had any time to review the experiences. So the couple left the office and began to compare notes. Incredible, and later on, it was so incredible that they have experienced lifetime together. And in this lifetime, he was a British officer in the 13 colonies, and in hers, she was a woman who lived there in that British colony. So they met and fell deeply in love, and this was recalled in England, never again returned to visit his love, and so she was devastated by loss. So again, the story is coming back to loss, that there was some kind of loss in every story, and yet there was nothing either one could do about it. So, anyhow, so talking about the past lifetimes, how colonial women used to dress, and she was one of the colonial women living in that society. And during that time, the colonial society and the British military, they had followed very strict rules and customs, and they had all come from the ship. And this man, he had left the colony to return to England, and it was very tearful and to see the sad parting. And so many things had matched, the traumas, the pain associated with somebody going. It's very tearful. And then the second part, he also says the major problem was her nearly obsessive fear of separation from him, and his constant need in return to reassure her that he was not going to leave her. Her fear and his need had no basis in reality of their current relationship. The pattern had its root in colonial times. So, in this lifetime also, when they are living this life as a couple, whenever he goes out somewhere, she has some kind of fear. Why? Because this fear had come from the past lifetime where he went and he did not return back. So this lady had to be all the time had to be told or reassured that he will come back and he's there, and so this fear continues. So other therapists performing past life regressions are finding the same results. Traumas arise more frequently than peaceful memories. Death scenes are important because they are often traumatic. Lifetime seem familiar, and important scenes important scenes seem similar because the same themes and the same inventions of man have arisen at all times in all culture. And the last line had been written by Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun, by Ecclesiastes. So this is where today's Swadhyaya ends, masters, and I hope you all, one second here. I hope you all were able to understand what I just told. It was very short and sweet because I did not want to continue too much. Still, it was a wonderful story how Pedro's and Elizabeth's life unfolded. And the last thing is sometimes the obsessions continue, masters. Obsessions of that your loved one is going to come back or not. Will they be there for you or not? And you have this kind of fear. Why this kind of fear? Because there had been something that happened in your past lifetime, in your memory, in that we have 7 bodies. In one of the bodies, we have this memory stored in the astral body, like emotions, mental body with the memories. So this thing continues and it comes into your past life for balancing. Certain unfinished business had to be completed this way. So here, Pedro and Elizabeth's life is basically is unfolding right in front of Dr. Weiss, but there is some unfinished business that they both have to figure out. So in the coming uh, days, basically, chapter 21, 22, 23, and 24 are left now. Only 4 more chapters, masters, and it's really wonderful that will be there to finish it off. Let's see. Nirja ji would be doing the maybe last or the second last, whatever it is. Let us decide, Nirja ji, if you can take it on Thursday, or should I do it on Thursday and then you can do it on Friday? We might need to change the chapter maybe. So let us know anyhow. Yeah. Anyone wishes to share any views, whatever you have.
Yes. Thursdays I go to the temple, so I don't know if I'll for Baba's thing. So
Okay. So no problem. Yeah.
yeah.
Otherwise, I think it's very short. So on Friday also, if you want, you can do the chapter 23rd and then 24, or
Okay.
you know,
Sure.
only 2 pages or more.
Sure. Okay. Yeah,
Let
I can do that.
yeah. So thank you, masters. Anybody wishes to share anything, or we you all want to go into meditation? We can do that. Anyone?
I was looking at something and I found this messages from the masters.
Yes, yes.
It just came out today. I don't know. I had it in my stack of books.
Yeah, so how about you start reading it? Might be there might be a message for you.
Yeah, that's a
Open,
that's a good
open.
thought.
So I want you to open a particular page from any book. Like just open it randomly. Don't worry about the what and see what page number and then you read it for us as well. Just say what is the message, masters, please
Yeah.
show me. And then open it again and see what page number and then read the message.
Oh wow, this is interesting.
No,
Uh,
please read. Maybe it
uh,
might be for everyone.
uh, our souls exist in an energetic stream of love. We are never truly separated from our loved ones, even though we may feel apart and unloved. Our reunions can be unexpected and dramatic.
Oh wow.
So, in this, he has a new patient which we haven't seen before, Diane. We haven't come across Diane.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah. One thing that I find it sort of puzzling and thing is that how in one time they are like husband and wife or lovers, and then they become parent and child. So, I mean, it's saying that love is something that is not just physical, it is love is above all that
Not
physical thing.
here, let me put it let me clear it. See what happens, masters, that sometimes, there are soulmates, okay? There are twin flames, there are karmics, there are platonics. These are four kinds of things that are happening. Karmics have come here to teach us a lesson and to be basically take a lesson. It's the give and take happening. So there will be karmics in your life which will be very difficult to manage, basically, I would say. They would come in your life as husbands, as children, as siblings, and they'll be there, stuck with you, because there is that karma balancing happening. Or some kind of teaching that has to be given by you or by them to you, both ways, right? And then there are soulmates that are always there with you. Whenever you need them, they will come into your life and they will come and help you. They'll give you that trigger, push. It can also be a negative trigger, also, just mind you. But this will happen. And that this is why the next line that you read, the reunion line, can you read that again?
Oh, like the book got closed.
No.
Let's see if I can get to
Have
the.
have you remembered the page number? That's why I always call and ask for page number.
Yeah, yeah. I should have done it. It was slipping out of my hand.
Mhm.
Um, but there seems to be a nice book too. A lot of how understanding heals. Yeah, I found it.
Mhm.
You asked me to read which one?
The reunion line.
Oh, yes. Our reunions can be unexpected and dramatic. Uh,
So written by
uh, the book is, let me just, I'll
Brian
read it.
Weiss.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is what, masters, I want to let you know. Why are we reading Only Love is Real about reunion, and then she again tells us about reunion? Just imagine.
Yeah.
Here also, it's all about that now they have come there in Dr. Brian Weiss's mind, and the both characters, Elizabeth and Pedro, both of them are there, right? They haven't they haven't the reunion hasn't happened, right? But now this is going to happen. Why are we even? She opened. See, Nirja ji opened. I am not reading. She opened. And what page came? Reunion.
Yeah.
Some message. Some message. Okay. So thank you, Nirja ji. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Anybody else wishes to share anything, masters? Otherwise, we can go straight into meditation. So I see someone new with Samsung SME 135F. Um, can you unmute, sir, ma'am, whoever it is? Let us know your name. I hope it was, understandable for you because you might have come for the first time, but if not, then okay. So let's go into meditation, masters. If nobody has any questions or in sharing, we can go straight into meditation. So take your position, sit cross-legged like this, and with your feet crossed, crisscross. If you want to sit on floor, wonderful. If not, then you can always sit on sofa, chair. Let your feet touch the ground and feel that your soles are touching the floor. Also, if you want to sit on bed, you can crisscross again or just try to straighten up your feet like this. Clasp your hands and fingers, fingers into fingers, and keep them on your lap and close your eyes, masters. Now, as we proceed, remember to breathe in and breathe out. Let go of any incoming and outgoing breath. Sorry, let go of any thoughts that are coming inside your mind. With every inhalation, in and out, you just have to concentrate and be aware of each and every breath, how it comes in and how it goes out. Drink some water if you want to drink so that your body is hydrated when you receive the cosmic energy. So inhale deeply, masters, and exhale softly. Take your own time as you inhale. Inhale and breathe in into your brain region. Every breath comes inside your nostril and is now being transferred into each and every part. Start feeling each and every breath as it enters into your facial expressions, facial part, region, or your brain left and right. As you are inhaling, your body seems to be feeling a sense of rejuvenation, peace, and recharging. So as you breathe in and breathe out, you start taking each and every breath with full awareness. Let go of any thoughts that bother you. Just inhale deeply and exhale softly. Every breath gives you a sense of recharging, rejuvenation. You feel a sense of bliss, feeling peaceful and calm. Every in breath and out breath. Every breath is so healing. The energy that comes in inside your brain, inside your body, fills you with lot of energy, peace, bliss, happiness, and joy. As you progress downwards from head to toe, feel each and every body part connected with your conscious breathing for a while. Let your eyes be closed, masters. Don't open it. Your eyes are closed, your hands are clasped, Feet are crisscrossed. Basically, you have locked all the open points so that you are able to store this wonderful cosmic energy, which brings healing, happiness, joy, and fulfillment. When your body is filled with energy, you are in a happy state. You are totally energetic. You are ready to forgive easily. You are able to let go easily. And you are not bothered by anything. But when your body does not receive this energy, when you are busy, or your mind is at stress, or your body is at stress, and when you waste your energy, definitely you will feel tired, fatigued, and less of energy. When you have less energy, you are not ready to forgive. You are not ready to let go. You become unhealed. You feel wounded, traumatic. Your body pains, your mind, your brain pains. You have a lot of blockages. But when you are sitting peacefully, quietly, in silence, or concentrating on your breath, letting go of your thoughts, you are able to receive good amount of energy. Store this energy as you meditate, relaxing your jaws, your shoulders, your hands, and breathing in and feeling that your spine is also breathing along with you. Every breath is helping you achieve this. Use every breath to your advantage. As you are inhaling and exhaling, with every inhalation, let your lungs and heart expand and receive this wonderful, blissful, life force energy. Every breath is highly rejuvenating. With every inhalation, your heart and lungs are receiving this rejuvenation, recharging, a feeling of happiness and bliss entering into your heart and lungs, as if you are sensing freedom, where you are totally free. Nobody bothers you, nobody asks you questions. Your lungs can sense this freedom. As you are inhaling, go down into your gut, into your stomach and abdomen. As you are inhaling, let your stomach expand. Let your muscles expand with every inhalation and contract with every exhalation. Inhaling and exhaling. As you are going downwards consciously into your body and focusing on each and every body part, let us now go down into our hips, thighs, knees, calf muscles, ankles, heels, the soles of our feet and toes, and feel the vibrations of every breath. Inhale deeply, exhale softly, and take the same time. Again, take your time as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, ground your energies with Mother Earth. From head to toe, remember to breathe in, and as you are trying to exhale, imagine that you are grounding your energy with Mother Earth. Inhale and exhale. And now surround yourself with a bubble of white light. This is your protection, surrounding your body. You're totally sitting in protection with your own energies, and anything that bothers you or anything negative won't come your way because you're totally protected, surrounded. Now just bring your focus onto your third eye region or onto your higher mind, the hairline or the edge of your forehead where your hairline starts. Bring your focus there. Inhale deeply and exhale softly. And after a while, let go of separation as well. Separation of this in breath and out breath. Only remember that you are breathing and concentrate on your higher mind, that is your hairline edge. As you are inhaling, masters, with every in breath, feel a sense of bliss, happiness, joy, and golden energies, positivity entering your body. With every exhalation, feel you're releasing, letting go of any trauma, pain, hurt, and any emotional blockages. Everything being transmuted into golden energy. think about masters? dear masters. Now, very slowly and steadily, come back into your body's consciousness. Give thanks to Mother Earth, Father Universe, gratitude to your own self and all the meditators. Inhale deeply and exhale softly. And as you release your out breath, from head to toe, start feeling your body. Move your feet and unclasp your hands now. Keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And very slowly, masters, let us come back. Open your eyes beneath your palms. Whenever you're ready, let go of your palms and come back. Thank you so much, masters. Hug yourself and say this to yourself: I'm love, I'm peace, I'm happiness, I'm joy, I'm vibrancy. I love myself, I love everyone. Within me, around me is love. I am love. And I love and accept myself. I'm ready to forgive, ready to let go. Thank you so much, Masters. Gratitude. Thank you, everyone. Masters, if anyone wishes to share anything, or you can, otherwise we can end the session. Thank you, everyone. Gratitude. Thank you so much, everyone. Yes, Rani ji, go ahead, please. Thank you, Pushpa ji.
Wonderful meditation, Madhuji. When you started the meditation, I don't know, somehow you knew actually what I was feeling all day, because you started with, if you're having pain, or if you're feeling stressful, or if you're tired, something like that, right? That's how you started the session. You don't start the session like that usually for meditation. And I thought, oh my God, is this for me?
It was the master speaking through me.
And that
They give
is
me that. I don't
exactly
know how
what
it
I was
comes.
feeling.
It is always like that. I become that spirit voice, that happens.
And I was so upset. And just before starting the meditation, my sister called. She knows that this is my meditation time. And she's like, oh, don't worry. You go to meditation, everything will be okay. You'll be fine. Just go do your meditation. And I was in the complaint mode, and I was like, no, no, this is not happening. This is going wrong. That happens to us sometimes. And I was like, and then I had this feeling, oh, meditation is also not going to help me because I'm in such a bad.
And see,
But
I was saying that when you don't do this, this happens. When you don't have energy, you're not ready to forgive, you're not ready to
yeah, yeah,
heal, you're not ready
exactly.
to, let go. So, see, that is what I was feeling. Why this negative is coming, but I'm saying it. That means there was some message. I was thinking why I'm saying like that. Now I know
It
why.
was from me that you were getting it, all the negativity. Oh my God, I couldn't believe I was like that this evening.
I think we would have set for like 10 more minutes if I did not had this inkling that now the time has already been done and we need to come back. And I was like so much deep into meditation, and I don't have any inkling of any thoughts, nothing, all like zero state, totally. I just
Wow.
am like that, I had.
But thank you, thank you. The minute you started that, and I was like, that smile kept, started coming. Oh my God, Madhuji, how do you do this? But I
I'm not
was,
doing anything. It's masters talking. That's what I'm saying. They channel through me. So yeah,
and I actually, when you started requesting, when you start the meditation and you ask for the masters for guidance, and I was like, please, please help me with this. I don't want myself like this. I don't want to see myself like this. Please help me. And the outcome was yes. Now I'm very happy, feel blissful, and with a lot of
Great. I'm
energy.
happy for you. I'm happy for myself that I'm able to meditate for such a long time. Today, there are like anything, anyhow, let it go. But I really wanted to meditate and see sometimes there are a lot of things that are going on around the house. And I also have to come back to my own center. And I really needed to say that today. But I kept quiet that come back to your center and focus and just let go of that separation also. So wonderful, Raniji. Thank you so much. Really a pleasure talking to you and always to answer. So anyhow, Master, say, and Santoshji also had something he has written. So let's take Santoshji. He's writing, I think, is it up? 1 second. It's not going down. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Pushpa ji. Incredible book. Yes, interesting stories and great suspense. Yes. Okay, why person jealous to others? Because they have this unsatisfied feeling. Whenever you are okay. I want everyone to open their videos if you can. I want to see that feeling on your face, masters, for everyone if you can. Can everyone open their videos? Santosh ji, you also, because it's your question. Uh, Anyhow, if you want to, if you can, please do. Why I'm saying there's a reason. So now Rani ji is in front of me anyhow, but I will do the gallery for everyone so that I know we are few people remaining. So now, okay, when I say, I have achieved what I wanted to achieve, just say that and say, I achieved what I wanted to achieve. I have completed my task. Or you say, I have earned what I needed to earn. I earned so and so money. Suppose you wanted to earn maybe a crore or something, okay? मैंने 1 करोड़ कमा लिया. Or just say, I earned 1 crore. Just say that. Just breathe in and say, I earned 1 crore. How is that feeling? How is that feeling? I know Hillary want to say something. So this is the feeling, masters. This is the feeling where, uh, I think Santoshji went or something. So now, anyhow, the point is, when you say this, what happens? The feeling of satisfaction had already washed over you. You are totally satisfied with what you have done. You are satisfied. And you start attracting opportunities. You start attracting opportunities because you're not coming from a point where you are empty. You are totally filled. When a person is jealous, what happens? They are not satisfied. They feel that feeling that I don't have enough. I don't have this that the other person has. And that is the feeling that is basically telling you that you are jealous of someone because you are coming from a space of that, you don't have that much or you don't have enough or you are not given enough. And that is the feeling that makes you more jealous. That is why you're jealous of someone. So the point is why somebody's jealous of anybody because they are coming from the space that they don't have enough. They always want more and more. But when you come from a space of that you have enough, you are abundant, you are prosperous, you are full of resources. That is the feeling that makes you not jealous of anyone because you know from that point of view that your masters, your guides, this wonderful universe is providing you with abundant resources. It's just you have to be in that feeling, and I am in that feeling. I really don't feel like that, I think many of you all must be in that space that whatever we have is it's good enough. You don't need, definitely there might be many things, but if we go from this point that, I am totally filled with so many surprises, miracles, positivity. Just imagine how miraculous it is to even think about it, that you have everything. And then you start attracting all the good things because we are saying gratitude to our universe that thank you universe for giving this abundant life, abundant opportunities. Because when you are filled with whatever, like satisfied, you attract more opportunities. When you are, you feel that the glass is always empty or half, you are going to feel that emptiness. But if you are saying that I am full and I can receive more so that I can help others also, you automatically change everything. So anyhow, that was my stance saying, you should not be jealous because the grass will be greener when you water it. Don't think that the grass is greener the other side. Water your grass now so that you can enjoy that. Anyhow, with this, let's end the session, masters. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Stay blessed, stay happy, stay vibrant. May we all meditate together, happy, healthy, and vibrant our lives. And let us enjoy meditation every day by our individual self as well as the group's energies. Teach meditation to everyone, awaken others, do your much needed inner work all the day. Every day. And stay blessed, master, stay happy, stay vibrant. And always remember that we are abundant, prosperous, and we are always taken care of. We are at the right place at the right time, and God has given us enough, and it will give us more. Whenever we need anything, our needs and wants will be always met. Thank you so much, masters. Thank you. Okay. Have a good night, everyone.